This just in. Good morning, guys. This is your man, Real Deal, Steele, coming to you live, covering the latest and breaking news in Dogecoin. Right now, we do have a nice bump, a nice pumps in the bumps, as a song once said, and that is what's happening right now. Things are looking really nice. Definitely high volume coming in, and Dogecoin it peaked a little bit over 19 cents a little bit earlier this morning. It looks like we are starting to ascend that way again. We'll toggle back and forth between the live ticker chart and the more detailed chart where we can see those green and red weenies, those green and red candles. So yeah, we're just going to have kind of a market watch hangout and see where the Doge is going and what it's doing. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good to see you. Who do we got active in the chat so far? We have got Marie Potter, good morning, Marie. Mike Tracy, Esteban. Love you too, buddy. Kyle, Bang Stun, everybody Bang Stun. Haram, what's going on? Colby DuPont, good to see you back in the mix. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you. Low Roller Scratcher, it is Christmas Eve day. Hope that the Christmas season is treating you guys well and swell. And yeah, I just love this time of year. I love Christmas. I'm all about it. And I don't get sick of the Christmas tunes. I love it. Bring on the Christmas tunes. Johnny Crypto, good to see you in the mix. Guys, before we get started, if I could just ask you to hit that like button. It takes a split second of your time. It doesn't cost you a dime. It's literally the number one thing you can do to help a channel like this reach more people and work through those tricky YouTube algorithms. Also, if you're brand new here, I'd like to personally welcome you. You're watching Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele. It's great to have you with us. And we have the best community here, and I want you to be a part of it. So feel free to subscribe, hit all on that notification bell, and ascend with us to the moon, to Mars, and beyond. Also, if you feel compelled to super chat anywhere throughout the duration of this broadcast, that's hugely appreciated for all the time and efforts put in. I live stream pretty much every day, or at least every night. So make sure also to keep those notifications on so you know when we go live, like the spontaneous market watch we are doing now. And lastly, this one's important. I recently partnered with WEBULL. Now, WEBULL is a platform for stocks and crypto trading, including Dogecoin. I wouldn't have partnered with them otherwise. And to start things off with my partnership agreement to them, you can get five free stocks by just completing the sign-up process with a minimum deposit. Any deposit from your bank account into your WEBULL account would be little as like $1, literally $1, and you will qualify for 5 free stocks. That's all you got to do, and people have been taking advantage of it left and right, and it is a heck of a deal. I've never seen a WEBULL offer anything close to this before, and today is the last day to get it done. The link to do that is pinned at the top of the chat. That's my partnership link to do that. So if you haven't done that yet, you might want to consider doing that. That's you can literally deposit $1 in your WEBULL account and just get 5 free stocks. It's free money sitting on the table there for you guys. So that's something you might want to consider doing. Let's see here. Did Jack Dorsey actually get banned on Twitter? Why would you say that, Mike? I highly doubt that. I know there was a dust-up. I was covering it a bit last night on my program, wherein Jack Dorsey got blocked by a pretty major venture capitalist whose name is eluding me right now. But I'm sure if we look up Jack's profile right now, it's still there. And it's still there. 6 million followers, so no, Jack has not been banned off of Twitter. I think he's got a few connections there to ensure that that won't happen. What's going on, Mr. Swayze? Yeah, we are doing it too. So guys, look at, here we go. It looks like we are ascending on the move again. I'm looking at the buy-sell orders coming across my screen. Super high volume coming through. Things are looking real nice. In a moment, we are going to switch over to the other chart so we can get some more detail on the situation and check out what the candles are doing here. Give me a moment. We'll pull that one right up. But good to see you guys this morning. Good to see you guys this morning. And we are just going to switch over to there. There we go. And as you can see, let me reposition the chart so we can see exactly what's going on moment to moment. And currently what you're looking at is a 5-minute chart. Let's zoom on it a little bit. We got another green candle popping up there, looking nice and thick. And we are ascending. I'm looking at tons of buy orders coming in. The volume that we're looking at regarding Dogecoin is absolutely extraordinary. This is the most significant movement we've seen from Dogecoin over the last week here. And yeah, it's looking good. Mary in New York, thank you for your $2 super chat. And she's got that super sticker of that Shiba Inu pointing to the sky up high, straight to the moon. And that's where we are going, folks. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when, in my opinion. Let's do a little bit of a market rounder and let's see what's going around the market right now. So Dogecoin up 5, almost 6% over the last 24 hours. And Bitcoin finally piercing through that crucial 50.5K thousand level, and seems to be hanging there pretty tough, right? Seems to be hanging there pretty tough. And that's a good sign. As those of you who watch me frequently know, the night before last I went over these numbers. I went over the technical analysis regarding Bitcoin, which shows that, in my opinion, if Bitcoin can remain and hold steady anywhere above 50.5 thousand, that will give a very high likelihood of shooting the rest of the market into much more bullish trends than what we've seen over the last few weeks, which have been fairly unremarkable, with a few notable exceptions. Those notable exceptions being projects like Matic, like AVAX, Avalanche. You guys that watch me often know I'm very big on Avalanche. Lunaterra as well, yes. All three of these have been doing extraordinarily well, considering how unremarkable the rest of the market has largely been over the last couple weeks. And we can attribute this primarily to Ethereum not being able to get a strong handle on its high gas fee situation. And what these other projects offer, they offer much more cheaper, more affordable alternatives, right? Respectively. And I've been talking about this for quite some time. I do think, I'm not saying that Ethereum is going to get knocked off that number 2 spot or anything like that, but I do think there's enough room in the market for all these projects to succeed respectively, whether it's Solana, AVAX, Lunaterra, or Ethereum. But I do think accumulatively, these other projects, these other alternatives to Ethereum, are going to take a chunk out of the Ethereum market. If I had to put a number on it, I'd probably say anywhere between 20 and 20, more like 15 to 30%, if I had to guess. But I still think Ethereum is going to continue to only ascend in popularity. That's why we see it. That's why we see Ethereum bottleneck so much, because of its great demand. Looks like right now we've got a lot of resistance right around this 1870 mark right now. And if we can get through that, I think the likelihood of 19 cents in the near future here goes up exponentially. I gotta warn you though, we're probably in for a little retracement. I'm seeing a lot of sell orders come in right now, and we'll just keep feeling this out and following it through. Wouldn't it be nice to get back into the 20s? I think it's very probable. Honestly, I think it's very probable, even perhaps today, to pierce through the 20-cent marker. Colby says 49,500 retest, if anything, highly unlikely on BTC. From what I saw, Jack Dorsey has been blocked on Twitter, the social media platform he co-founded. Yeah, he was blocked by someone else, but he wasn't blocked by Twitter, from Twitter, the platform itself. But he was blocked by a very prominent venture capitalist. Kind of interesting. And he got blocked through kind of a dust-up that he was having, a tweet storm that he was having, talking about the merits of Web 3. And Jack has kind of been trolling the concept of Web 3, mostly out of his concerns for it falling into the hands of the powers that be to make it a very centralized venture. And I think that's a fair concern. And I think it's a one that's probably a good idea to bring up right now, frankly. So we don't want to repeat the same mistakes we had with Web 2, right? Where things became very centralized in the hands of a few that have led to a lot of enormous problems, particularly in matters of free speech, etc. Cloud Chamber, welcome. Good morning to you. I think Robinhood saved Christmas through crypto gifts. I have been gifting Dogecoin every day this week. Well, that's certainly a good idea and very generous of you, Crypto Santa. Yeah. The people close to you are lucky. Thank you for that, Mary in New York. She says, Mark Andreessen. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Or Andreessen or Andreessen is the one who blocked Dorsey. That is correct, and thank you for that, Mary. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think of Web3 personally yet at this venture. I kind of just see it as something that's still in development. It's still it's very murky, as far as what it is and what it's going to shape up to be. I don't know what to make of it either way. I do know that I have been enjoying Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk's banter on the matter. So there we go. Good morning to you, Corey E. Good to see you in the mix. And let's check it out down here. Guys, if you haven't hit that like button, if I could just ask you to do that, it really does help out a lot. It really helps us reach more people, so appreciate it. Dogecoin keeps running up against right around 1874, trying to pierce through that resistance level and get on through to the other side, meaning 19 cents above and beyond. Can we get there? Will we get there? I think it's a fair probability we could very well see Dogecoin get above 19 cents even while we are still live here. Now the matter is, can we get it back up into the 20s where it belongs and beyond? Yeah, I think it's going to happen. Will it happen today? I think it's a fairly decent likelihood Dogecoin could pierce through 20 cents today by all of the trends I'm looking at here. I think we are in a phase where we're seeing in a cumulative sense of momentum, Doge momentum, if you will, surrounding the coin. Particularly in the wake of Elon also coming out with a very strong statement, right? We saw him tweet a very strong statement at Jack Dorsey, at Billy Marcus. What did he say? What did Elon say? He said, this is why I am pro Doge. This is why I am pro Doge. And that was in response to the sentiment that Billy expressed that pretty much said about Bitcoin, that Bitcoin has kind of turned into a club to only make rich people richer. And to a certain degree, that is true, because when you look at where Bitcoin is now, it's over 50,000 a coin. This is even owning one Bitcoin at this stage in the game is very unattainable for the overwhelming majority of us, right? So those tasty margins aren't there. But the people that are the most maximalist about Bitcoin usually all have very strong positions in it. Isn't that funny how that works? And I think many times as a consequence of that, it can really blind people from objectivity. I was actually in a Twitter space last night. It was recorded, so I'm going to check it out and see if it was posted yet. And maybe I'll edit out the bit where I was going back and forth with them. But I was brought up to be a speaker in that space, and on the panel was predominantly Bitcoin maximalists. And I have to say, a few of these guys, I think they were more educated in matters of blockchain technology, to be honest with you. But it was interesting to me what they couldn't wrap their heads around is at the end of the day, and they're kind of talking out both sides of their mouths, because on one hand, were championing Bitcoin as the new digital gold, as the new gold in digital form, as a hedge against this inflation, as this incredibly valuable gold standard appreciating asset. And I totally agree with that. I think that's spot on. Right? But at the same time, what they couldn't wrap their heads around is, because it's evolved to that consequentially it's very lackluster. It's going to continuously perform very lackluster in the retail space. Okay? And they couldn't wrap their heads around that. When I brought up Dogecoin, of course, they all laughed at me, this, that, and the other thing. And I said, guys, you can laugh all you want, but the facts still remain that Dogecoin is quicker, and it's quicker in transaction speeds and cheaper in transaction fees than Bitcoin. It's quicker and cheaper than Ethereum. I mean, by a long shot on both of them. I mean, it's not even close. It's not even close for these guys to be so full of themselves and so egocentric to the point where they just outright dismiss not just Dogecoin, but any cryptocurrency outside of Bitcoin, to me seems like it's a very radical view. It's a very radical view. Now, I say this as someone who loves Bitcoin, is invested in Bitcoin. I'm not a financial advisor, okay? I'm not a financial advisor, but I do think it's one of the safest long-term bets in this market to add as part of your portfolio, okay? But I also recognize its strengths and its shortcomings. And because these folks are so blinded by a sense of zealotry and commitment to their own investments, they're unable to see things objectively in terms of both its strengths and its shortcomings. Okay? I'm fully willing to admit that Dogecoin, in some senses, has things it can't compete with Bitcoin on. Dogecoin's never going to see $1,000 plus, right? It's never going to see Ethereum-like market value, let alone Bitcoin-like market value. And that's okay, because it was never designed to be that. Dogecoin's never designed to be that. And it was designed to be a solid, sound, strong, efficient digital currency that can be transacted all across the planet in mass, okay? So it's just really funny how they just couldn't wrap their heads around it. And not only couldn't they wrap their heads around it, but they were very angry. They're very angry, these guys. They're very explosive to me. And, we've seen it before. Anyway, let's see what's going on in the chat. We've got Johnny Crypto coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. Keep it up. That's what we're doing. We are pumping the iron. We're pump it up. Who is that? Joe Budin. Probably about almost 10 years ago, that song is, if I were to look it up now. Time flies, folks. But yeah, that was a fun one. Thank you, Johnny Crypto. Appreciate it. Let's see what else you guys are saying in the chat. Corey says, I use Web3 package library all the time. Well, there you go. Corey's entrenched in it and getting use out of it. Another thing that was announced, and I announced it on my show last night, but it's kind of burning all around Twitter. I tweeted out, let's see where it's at. I posted a few hours ago. Well, we're almost up to about 400 likes so far and counting. Big news, guys. The Dogecoin Foundation just released its 2022 roadmap. They're calling it a trail map. And in it, one of the most notable things that I found in it that I think is a really, really big deal is that it reveals that Vitalik Buterin is crafting a Doge proposal for a community staking version, okay, that will allow everyone to participate and everyone to reap rewards for their respective contributions to the network. This is massive, and I've always been in favor of this pivot ever since Vitalik Buterin briefly mentioned it once on Twitter. I was like, ooh, I like the sound of that. I hope that becomes a reality, right? And we were even wondering, is it even technologically possible? Because I wasn't sure, and Nick wasn't sure, and we did a show on it and talking about it. We were talking about this one night, and then one of the core Doge developers, Mishi Lumen, she made her way into the chat while we were live, and she just said, "Hey guys, I saw the theme of the show, and I just want to let you know this is possible. This is definitely something that's possible." And so now we have total confirmation from the Dogecoin Foundation that this is one of their predominant goals going into the new year to solidify during 2022. I think this is going to be a remarkable addition to Dogecoin. Gerardo, good morning. Remember to get WEBULL. Thank you for that. You guys, this is the last day to take advantage of the 5 free stocks through WEBULL. I've never seen them do anything like this before, so if you've been sitting on the fence about it, that's free money on the table. And gosh, I mean, those 5 free stocks, they could ascend up to, in value, in pretty short order, all the way up to the likes of $8,000 in value. So definitely don't want to leave that on the table. Definitely want to take advantage of that. The link to do that, and with my partnership link, is pinned at the top of the chat there. Yeah, so Doge still trying to break through 19 cents here. Let's refresh the page and make sure. Oh, here we go. Another green candle. We are on the move again. Dogecoin, ladies and gentlemen, is on the move. We are moving. We are grooving. Can we get to 19 cents, folks? It's looking pretty good so far. Dogecoin is at 1882. 1882. I think the likelihood of seeing 19 cents in the near future, while we're on the stream here, I'm moving it into probability category high. Probability high. Because the most resistance that I was seeing there was at about 1872. 1872. And now we have gotten past that. I'm looking at a couple other charts as well. To see what's going on. The volume on Dogecoin right now is just very extraordinary. Looking very bullish for Doge, guys. And there's more than enough reason to believe that this could very well be the beginning of a significant bull run. Here we are. We're going to go back to the live ticker here. Just because I kind of like the aesthetics of it. You know, I like the aesthetics of it. It's got that laser tag vibe to it that I like. So we'll bring this one in the mix here, the Robinhood live ticker. I know some technical analysis snobs really kind of it really drives them bonkers using this chart because it's so simplistic. But there's something fun about the live ticker, right? The live ticker. So look at this, guys. We are at almost piercing through 19 cents, which if we can, let's see if that'd be nice to see if we could get through and see the previous all-time high for the day broken on through and ascending up to 20 cents and beyond. That would be very, very, very nice. Let's see here. I'm looking at the buy-sell orders right now. They're pretty much evenly matched. We are seeing just kind of sideways trading action right now at about 1880, right around there. Okay, another green candle just shot up here, guys. Just shot up here, and now we are looking at 18.9. We are moving, guys. We are on the move. As the prospect of 19 cents is looking more and more likely. Look at that nice upward trajectory, moving and grooving as Dogecoin makes its way up to the threshold of the 19 cents. Can we get there, folks? Going once, going twice. Come on, Doge. Let's bring us on through. Now we're seeing some healthy retracement come on back here. You know, sometimes when we do these market watches, it reminds me, it kind of makes me feel like an auctioneer. It kind of makes me feel like an auctioneer. You know, it's kind of fun. It's just, you know, I try to make this as entertaining as possible in the ways that I know how anyway, according to my mind and personality. So hope you guys doing well up there this morning. Hope you're enjoying the stream. And we are seeing that retracement come on back up. I'm seeing another green candle in the wings, making its way the only way it knows how but that's just a little bit more than the law would allow. Anyone know that song? Here we are at 189. Almost, so close, guys, to getting to that 19-cent threshold. Be nice to see a new all-time high for the 24-hour cycle this morning, break through the previous, and I think the previous all-time high was just a smidge over 19 cents. So this is actually a very good sign, because previously we saw the spike, right, a few hours ago this morning, where we pierced through 19 cents, and we saw about a 1 penny retracement back down. And many times what we keep running up against with Dogecoin market value, we'll see these spikes, we'll see them immediately correct within an hour, and then we just trade sideways. Well, we are seeing a bit of a tonality change from that, right? Because we saw earlier it reach an all-time high for the week, over 19 cents. We saw it retrace, but now we're seeing it creep back up again. I think there's a very good likelihood that worst case scenario, we will be looking at a new floor for Dogecoin, between 18 and 19 cents. So typically this is a very bullish signal. For what perhaps is to come. So, there is a fair probability, ladies and gentlemen, that this could be the beginning, the spark, if you will, of a pretty significant bull run. This could be the beginning of it. So, Mustacheologist, welcome, Mustacheologist. It's free. Hit the like. Let's climb. I like your attitude, and welcome to the show, guys. If you're new here, you're watching Steven Steele live. I'm Steven Steele. I'm a Doge-centric live streamer. I stream almost every single night, and occasionally I'll do morning streams as well. So I'd love to have you be a part of this community. We have an awesome community here. The numbers are a little low because people right now, compared to how many people usually watch, because I think most people are used to me streaming late night. So feel free to subscribe and hit on that notification bell. And ascend with us to the moon, to Mars, and beyond. What planet will you go to after Mars? I think I'm going to go to Saturn. Why do I pick Saturn? I like the rings around Saturn. I'm getting like silver surfer images surfing on the rings of Saturn. Sounds pretty cool to me. Sounds like a commercial destined to be right out of Total Recall. Yeah, anyone ever see Total Recall? I've seen both of them. I like both of them respectively. The new one with Colin Farrell, not too shabby. I enjoyed that. It doesn't beat the original with Arnold, though. It just really doesn't. It's just got that iconic vibe to it. But I like both Total Recalls. Chat's a little quiet this morning. It sounds like you guys are still waking up over there. On my neck of the woods, we're not early morning anymore. We're a bit after. We're quarter after 10 a.m. in my neck of the woods. If you're out there on the West Coast, that is more early morning, depending on what your definition of it is. If you're out on that West Coast, you are at quarter after 8 a.m. If you're on the East Coast or in Florida, you're headed towards good old lunchtime at quarter after 11. Paradiddle got $35 of stocks using Steven's WEBULL link. Cool. I'm sure. Now they're seeing the stocks come through. Para, you should have 5 stocks that have come through that, and some. I'll tell you what, some of those stocks that you get through WEBULL I've seen them really rocket in value over the course of 6 months to a year. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen the stories. Mustacheologist, no one's going to Uranus. Well, I hope not. It's just a personal preference. It's kind of a no-go zone for me, my friend. But, leave it up to each and every person. I actually covered a story about various members from NASA lamenting about how they just can't wrap their heads around getting the public to take a mission to Uranus seriously for obvious reasons, but it is something that they would like to do in terms of space exploration. But they are very concerned about people even taking the mission seriously as consequential to the planet's name. To me, I think it's a tremendous marketing opportunity. I mean, just imagine how much marketing and how much gear you could sell. T-shirts, hoodies. I mean, the jokes just write themselves for eternity. So I think they just need a good PR team for that one. Chris Crypto, hey, good to see you in the chat. Hey, Steven, have a great holiday. Let's go, Doge. You too. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. Big Doge energy. We're bringing the big Doge energy. We're bringing the big Doge vibes. More people are coming into the chat now as Dogecoin just broke 19 cents. Ladies and gentlemen, Dogecoin is on the move. Just broke through 19 cents. Can we ascend? Get back up into the 20s where we know our dog money belongs. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my opinion that Dogecoin is insanely undervalued. And I think that 2022, the conditions are ripe for ascensions to the levels that we have never seen before. I think the environment and the foundation that we have been building on, for various reasons that we've often discussed in this program, right, are setting a climate for Dogecoin to really potentially prosper in massive ways going into 2022. I'm still very optimistic for Dogecoin, and not just Dogecoin, but the rest of the crypto market going into the first quarter of 2022. And I, particularly from all of the analysis that I have been doing behind the scenes, and Nick as well, we've both still very bullish on the same conclusion that particularly the second half of the first quarter of 2022 could be is looking a pretty decent probability of being incredibly bullish for the Doge. David Bemis coming in with a $10 make you holler, putting a little pep in my step this Christmas Eve morning. Thank you for that. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for the super chat. Super chats are incredibly appreciated, guys. Since I do stream nearly every day, that's the only way I'm able to spend as much time on this stuff as I do. So thank you very much, David. I much appreciate it. If you just came in, you're watching Steven Steele Live. My name's Steven Steele. It's good to have you with us this morning. We have an awesome community here. Honestly, we have the best community on YouTube. I know I'm a bit biased, but we have just such a quality group of people that hang out here consistently. And I want you to be a part of it. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit all on that notification bell and ascend with us. Love to have you along for the ride. And we have a lot of fun here. We have a lot of fun every day. We really do. Prowess 007, good to see you, Miss Prowess. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Merry holidays. I like that. It's kind of like the hybrid between Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. What's your favorite Christmas song, folks? Let me know in the chat. What your favorite Christmas song is. Mary in New York is asking, when will Mr. Balls be back on your show? Nick Balls, yes, that is his real name. He is been a tried and true co-host of mine. And we call him Dogecoin Millionaire Nick Balls because for whatever reason, Nick had the foresight to put about $10,000 into Dogecoin way back in 2014. So do the math there, and consequently, you have a retired 33-year-old guy. It's a pretty incredible story, really. So we're kind of the odd couple because he's the Dogecoin multimillionaire, and I'm the pleb in a one-bedroom apartment, just grinding it out over here. So, but yeah, he has an incredible narrative, so it's always great to get his perspective. When will he back? I'm not sure. Nick and I we're on great terms. We're definitely keeping in contact with each other, but he needed a break. I stream every day, guys. I stream almost every day, so that is quite the commitment. There's hardly anyone in this space that streams as often as I do and as much as I do. So it's a lot. It's a lot to ask of someone. So I'm respecting the fact that he needs a break for a little while, but he will be back. He will be back in the mix when he's ready. He definitely will be. He definitely will be. But Gone 1848, welcome to the chat. Woot woot to the moon. I love it. I love it. So Dogecoin here piercing through 19 cents. Looks like it's staying there. Looks like it's staying there. We are on the move. We are on the move. Dogecoin's on the move. Now, folks, we are on the precipice, I believe, of a very monumental year going forward. 2022 could very well be the year of the Doge. And why? Why? Well, there are a number of reasons to be optimistic about Dogecoin as we move forward into the new year. And some of those things are there's a Doge 1 mission to the moon. It's literally called Doge 1, and it's been being worked on by a company called the Geometric Energy Corporation, along in tandem with SpaceX. Now, as some of you recall, I had the CEO of the Geometric Energy Corporation on this very program to discuss Doge 1, and we had a very fruitful, very intellectual conversation involving him and core Dogecoin developer, my friend Ross Nickel. Now, we got to get Ross back on here. It's been a little bit. I think it was about almost 2 months ago since we had Ross on, and I'm gonna get him back on. I want to have Ross on a little bit more frequently. He's a great guy. He's become a good friend of mine, and he's just a great guest and a brilliant mind. In fact, that episode was so wild that listening to both I got to tell you, the CEO of the Geometric Energy Corporation is an incredibly bright guy. So between having conversations between him and Ross, there were moments I really had to close my eyes and pay close attention to keep up with what was going on there. Guys, Dogecoin seems to be settling in to 19 cents pretty comfortably, kind of toggling back and forth a little bit under, but I think we're gonna stay. I think we're gonna hold it. I think we're gonna hold, guys. But that's just one of many things that are going to transpire for Dogecoin in 2022. Ape Nation, welcome to the show. When does Doge hit $2, Steven? What's your best guess? Ooh, that's a tough one. And this is a question I often get. But what I can tell you this is I personally do feel that Doge is going to get to $2. For me, it's not really a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. $2 within 2022 is a pretty tall order. I know Nick is definitely more bullish than I am in that regard, but Nick's always a little bit more bullish than me. But I think, put it this way, I think there's a very high probability that Doge gets to $1 and stays above $1 in 2022. Now, what I can tell you is there's a high probability that the journey from $1 to $2 Doge will be much more efficient than the time it took for Doge to get to $1. So I think there's a big psychological barrier for Dogecoin right at $1. And I think we'll see a period of a lot of big retracements between $1 and knocking all the way back down to all the way as low as 75 cents and building its way back up again. I think that's going to happen a couple times. But I think once that gets out of the way, and that we're looking at Doge at $1.05, Doge at $1.10, Doge at $1.20, I think that's what really sets in for folks and say, oh, this isn't just the dollar game anymore. Dogecoin is capable of much more. And at that point, when that psychological breakdown occurs, I think Dogecoin could really run up. It could really run up. There's actually a pretty good amount of technical analysis to suggest, and I'll tell you this in a moment, but right now I want to get to the super chat from Joe Brenchley. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Joel. Appreciate you. Here's looking at a great beginning to 2022 for the Dogecoin. January is going to be exciting. Happy holidays. Joel, thank you so much, and happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you as well. Appreciate the support. Very kind. Where was I? Now, there have been a lot of respected technical analysis who have been predicting that Dogecoin could see upwards of $1.80 within the next 6 months. I would put this in the moderate probability category. I would have put it in the lower category until I examined all this data myself. And now I'd say it's somewhat likely. It really is. It's somewhat likely. Particularly when we look at all the things that are happening. All the things that seem to be happening so quickly now for Doge. There are shows like this one, other shows like Living with Lucy. She streams very regularly, a friend of mine. Everyone from Matt Wallace and even Chris was in here earlier. We have all been saying things, just the basic concepts of understanding Bitcoin's limitations. And what are Bitcoin's limitations? Well, in terms of how well it performs in the retail space, it's really evolved into a digital gold. It's really evolved into digital gold, an incredible appreciating asset in that way. And I really love Bitcoin for that. And I have a lot of respect for Bitcoin. And frankly, folks, Dogecoin wouldn't be here without Bitcoin. So I have a lot of respect for Bitcoin. At the same time, Bitcoin doesn't seem to be able to effectively solve the big dilemma that is a digital currency we can use in the retail space on an everyday basis for purchases both large and small. That's why the foundation and the development team for Dogecoin, along with Elon Musk's active suggestions, have been to make Dogecoin as quick and cheap and cost effective as possible, right? As possible. And we have seen some extraordinary progress in that regard over the last year, particularly with this most recent Doge update, right? And I think this is great news. I think this is great news for the Doge. Joel says, you're one of the few that did pronounce my last name correctly. Well, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Ape Nation, thanks for the reply. Great thoughts. I share the same faith in Doge long term. Not if, but when. I love it. I love it. Bitcoin's trading sideways. Dogecoin is not. Dogecoin is not. When you look at the live ticker chart that we have going on there, look at that nice even progression. That nice even progression that we really like to see here. It's looking good. It's looking real good, Clark, as Randy Quaid's character would say on the vacation movies. It's looking real good, Clark. And we are seeing a nice even trajectory with healthy retracements as we continually go up here today. And this is probably the most bullish momentum we've seen for Dogecoin in well over a month. So it is nice to see, folks. It's nice to see. Have yourself a merry little Dogemas. Well, isn't that nice? Isn't that special? Guys, if you're brand new here, you've been watching Steven Steele Live. I'm your host, Steven Steele. It's great to have you with us. Wish you a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Great to have you here. And we are just kind of hanging out, having fun, doing a live market watch, a live Doge market watch. And as it stands right now, why don't we do a little market rounder? Why don't we do a little market rounder right now and see how everything's doing? Bitcoin just dipping barely. Nope. My screen just refreshed. Bitcoin still trading over 51,000 at about 51,200. Looking pretty good. Dogecoin, of course, just barely under 19 cents right now. And that puts Doge up as of right now at the 19 cent mark. At the 19 cent mark, it puts Dogecoin at a 7.5% increase. A 7.5% increase just over the last 24 hours. Looking really bullish, especially comparatively to what the rest of the market is doing. I do think this is in part to recent factors, most prominently Elon related. Elon accepting Dogecoin for some of its merchandise is kind of the trial balloon to see how that goes. And if that goes well, I think we can assuredly see full Tesla accepting of Dogecoin for its automobiles across the board. I think when that happens, that's going to be massive, major news. And I do think that's going to happen. I do think it's going to happen. But also that affords us, the Dogecoin community, with a very unique and obvious opportunity when Tesla announces the day that it will be available on Tesla's website to be able to purchase some of that merchandise with Doge. I think we really need to show out. I think we really need to show up and make those dog money purchases off of the Tesla website. So when he gets those first month earnings reports and he can see how much Dogecoin's being spent, it'll really give Elon a lot of peace of mind that he's going in the right direction in that. And we could very well see a scenario in which Dogecoin is the only cryptocurrency accepted by Tesla for a window of time anyway, And wouldn't that be something, and wouldn't that drive the Bitcoin maximalists absolutely crazy? I for one, am looking forward to that because I do think it's a pretty high probability scenario. Johnny Crypto, the more adaptation evident I feel 2022 is going to be the year of digital assets. I agree. I'm very optimistic about 2022, particularly Dogecoin. Of course, we do need Bitcoin. I'm not anti-Bitcoin. I just want to be very clear. But that Bitcoin maximalist community, boy, they are some tough folks to reason with. But we are still living in Bitcoin dominance, right? So we do want Bitcoin to do well because we need Bitcoin to do well for the rest of us to do well, and that's always going to be a part of the equation for a while, guys. Robinhood needs to give up the wallets, Prowess says. Yeah, you're not kidding. I think a lot of people are more than ready for those wallets, right? More than ready. You know, my co-host Nick, he and I had a friendly debate about that. Nick thought that Robinhood would never get the wallets into place, and I said that Robinhood was getting those wallets into place and was going to make that happen. And the mistake I made on my bet with Nick, okay, is I put a timeline on it. And that's how I lost the bet, right? Whereas if I just would have left it open-ended, I would have won the bet. So even though I was correct, because I predicted that Robinhood was coming out with the wallets, I still lost because I said it was going to happen in a time frame of which already passed. But, you know, I think that's going to have a very bullish effect on Dogecoin, particularly when you consider that 30% of all Dogecoin holders are holding their Doge on Robinhood. You know, despite the spotty track record of Robinhood, the fact still remains that Robinhood is still an incredibly user-friendly platform for people that are new to the space, yeah? And, you know, that's worth a lot. Furthermore, you know, Robinhood was really the first major trading platform, well, to even platform Dogecoin. So despite all of their somewhat sketchy history, right? Let's be honest here. Robinhood still has played an integral role in helping Dogecoin ascend to the notoriety that we have seen, particularly over the last year. Another green candle going up here. Let me refresh the chart, ladies and gentlemen. And we're just hanging out just right under 19 cents. Look at this big retrace we saw here. You're looking at a 5-minute chart, folks. But look at that nice climb recovery out from here. This still falls within the healthy realms of healthy correction. And I think that we are going to probably continue to see Dogecoin keep rising throughout the day modestly. I'm at 570,000 and waiting on the waiting list process. Yeah, I'm not much better than you. I was a little bit late to the draw on signing up for that the Robinhood wallets. I think I'm in the 400,000 something. 400,000 something. Oh man. So I think to myself. Yes, indeed. Well, guys, happy Christmas Eve day to you guys. Anyone watching those parades today? Anyone's watching those parades today? I'm gonna have to, frankly, I'm gonna have to take a nap. I'm gonna have to get a bit more rest today. I didn't get a lot of rest last night, but yeah, definitely gonna have to take a time out and get a nice long nap in today before tonight's activities. But look at this nice ascension here. It's a beautiful, beautiful ascension here. Let's go a little close up on it. And let's refresh it because for whatever reason, this Binance chart's been sticking a little bit. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is just what you like to see. Nice ascension here with some healthy retracements. But look at how nice this is going. This was a little much, right? This is a little much. Definitely some whale action there. But the recovery has been very nice. And I'm looking down here. I'm definitely seeing more buy orders come in than sell orders. And even before today, before it even reflected in the market value as we're seeing now, Dogecoin has had a remarkable level of volume going on. And as I told you before, I saw a lot of volume going on over the last several days for Dogecoin, particularly when you see that level of volume. What precedes it is a fairly significant rise in market value, and that's why I think that it's possible that this could be just the beginning of a much more significant bull run. So let's see what's going on. Merry Christmas, 7-1. Good to see you. Good to see you. Wow, you got a lot of sleep there, 7-1. A lot of sleep. Ah, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Guys, you're just joining us. You're watching Steve and Steele Live. I'm Steve Steele. Great to have you with us. We got an awesome community here. Why don't you be a part of it? So make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit subscribe. Miyu is in the mix. Stormer, good to see you. Stormer, good to see you. Stormer says they are about 450K on the list. Yeah, that's about where I am too. That's about where I am too, guys. That's about where I am too. Let's see if I missed any other action going on in the chat. Johnny says, with more adoption evident, I feel 2022 is going to be the year for digital assets. Yeah, completely agree. Do you have an update on Doge X? I've been AFK lately. From what I know, Doge X now, the pups are available. You got to pay the gas fees, so you got to wait till the window's down for cheap gas fees. But the artwork looks great on the pups. So most people that own a Doge X right now, they get free pups. I think you get a free pup for every Doge X you own, maybe. Don't quote me on that, but it's something like that. And you can do that through the homepage of the Doge X website right now and claim your free pups. And I think the artwork looks really good on those. Obviously, the Doge X floor is not where we want it to be right now. You know, we want to see it do a lot better. But the entire NFT market took an extraordinary hit. And just right now, we are seeing bullish momentum really come back through the moderate to smaller projects throughout the entire NFT space. So I think this is kind of the beginning of the turnaround for the NFT space. And so, you know, some of these projects are a lot like crypto. They're long-term holds, and they do require a lot of patience, and they require a committed community, just the same as crypto. And I do think from everything I've seen, there's a really strong, dedicated, passionate community in the Doge X project. For those who are wondering, Doge X is a Doge themed NFT project. All right. Prowess says, I can't sleep any more than 5 hours. You know, I can relate to that. For many years, Prowess, even now, I have the same problem. I don't necessarily have big problems falling asleep, but I've always have the problem where I wake up too early, and I feel like I didn't sleep long enough. I wake up too early. So getting to sleep usually isn't nearly as much an issue for me as waking up too early. Let's see. Dogecoin hanging out, looking really nice. Hanging out right under 19 cents. Kind of establishing a new comfortable floor there. Though we got a fairly sizable retracement there, it does look like that's probably going to turn around. But yeah, some nice movement, guys. Nice movement for the Doge. Also, Lunaterra just hit its new all-time high last night. Let's see where Lunaterra is hanging out at right now, shall we? And by the way, it looks like Doge is making its way back up to 19 cents as we speak. Lunaterra up 5% over the last 24 hours, up a whopping 48% over the last week, and a slight retracement over the last hour. But Lunaterra looking really nice, trading at $95.69 at the moment. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Well, guys, I think the probability of Dogecoin getting up over 20 cents, I think there's a fairly decent probability of that happening today. Well, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. But this is a really good sign. This is a really good sign. And we are seeing some very healthy, stable growth with healthy retracements throughout. And I think this will probably likely continue. What's good is this wasn't just a one and done spike for the morning. This is something that spiked, retraced, and keeps building up. Slowly but surely. And that is the kind of momentum, it's kind of Doge momentum that we want to see. Folks. Julio. He got in much earlier than many of us at 187K on that waiting list for those Robinhood wallets. Oh yeah. And let me just back up the chart a little bit here because it's looking like it's bleeding off the edge here a little bit. Let me just do a resize. There we go. There we go. All right, feeling good, feeling right, out of sight. Guys, if you're new here, feel free to hit subscribe. You're watching Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele, just hanging out, cruising along, just doing a little market watch, hanging out, having fun, and cheering on the dog money. This morning. I hope you guys are having a good holiday season. Hope you're having a good Merry Christmas out there, folks. Shout out to Steven for streaming today. Thank you, Prowse. Appreciate you. Thank you for the few super chats, guys. Appreciate those as well. Guys, today is the last and final chance that you can take advantage of the WEBULL partnership special that I have going on with them. Where if you sign up for WEBULL, you will get not one, not two, not three, not four, but five free stocks with WEBULL. Now you finish the sign up process, and then you got to connect the account to your bank account, okay? Then you have to deposit something in your WEBULL account in order to qualify for those 5 free stocks. But there's no minimum deposit. You could literally deposit a penny or $1 and qualify to get your 5 free stocks. That's free money sitting on the table. So don't leave it there. This is the last day you can get 5 free stocks to WEBULL. How do you do it? You click my partnership link pinned at the top of the chat and follow through when you can. Today, it's the last day you can do that, folks. So people have been taking advantage of that, and it's great to see. Sometimes these stocks, these free stocks that you give upon sign up, can really take off and reap big rewards. Mr. Lin celebrating 3 months of membership. Mr. Lin, thank you for your continued support of the program. Really appreciate it. He says, Merry Christmas, Stephen, Nick, and Sadaf. Doge fam. Yes, indeed. Thank you for the well wishes, and I will pass along those holiday holiday greeting sentiments to my respective co-hosts. Appreciate that, Mr. Lynn, and great to see you in the mix. Great to see you in the mix. Sweaty Crab Thailand. That's quite a name. Welcome to the show. Says not Doge related, but I'm eating a bag of habanero chips called Inferno. Oh, Inferno. I've heard of those, man. It's so painful. I just had to tell somebody. Thanks for listening. Those are no joke. Those are no joke. Those are like the chips of hot chips, right? I've heard about those, my friend. Well, the good news is you're sweating it out, right? And I think those super spicy things can sometimes kill off bad things that are hanging out in our body. So think of it that way. Think of it that way. I'm sure the Inferno chips have turned you into a sweaty crab, my friend. No sound or just you? It's just you, I hope. I hope the sound didn't go out for everyone else. You'll have to let me know, guys. You'll have to let me know. Hunter Wayne, good morning to you. Good to have you in the mix. Good to have you in the mix. Yeah, Dogecoin kind of just stabilizing right under 19 cents. Not a bad place to be at all. Just accumulating, trading sideways right under 19 cents. Not a bad place to be. Particularly since we saw Dogecoin do that just under 18 cents for almost 2 hours this morning before it bumped up again and made a run up to 19. So it's definitely not outside the realm of possibility to see it keep doing the same throughout the day, send up to 20 cents and beyond. Yeah, I'd put it in the moderate probability category there. Johnny Crypto, thank you, Steven, for always being so cheerful and positive on your streams. Gives us all hope. Hey, I appreciate that. You know, something I learned long ago, and it was a hard lesson to learn, is happiness is a choice, you know, and the older you get, the more that realization really hits you. It's when you're younger, it's a lot easier to just have a naturally sunny disposition about life in general, and then as different various curveballs get thrown at us in life, and different things happen, you know, it can kind of shake up our paths, right? It can really shake up our paths and pose some real challenges. And at that point, you just got to realize happiness is a choice. You know, I have been dealing with so much. I mean, a few of you kind of maybe have an idea, but I've dealt with so much adversity this year in relation to my personal health struggles. I've never experienced anything this challenging in my life. And, you know, I just power through it, and happiness is a choice. You wax yourself enthusiastic, and it makes other people enthusiastic. And plus, honestly, I know I do make a very optimistic case for Dogecoin pretty regularly on the show, but it's not without its pragmatic reasons. I'm not just like telling you that Doge is going to go to $100 or anything silly like that, or go to $5 next week or anything like that. I do state I feel that I do state a very pragmatic case for Dogecoin day after day, and I think people need reminding. Also, too, we've seen it work, folks. Look how much we've accomplished through the grassroots here. I believe that's the number one thing that got AMC to accept Dogecoin, and I also think that's the number one thing that got Elon to state very unequivocally through Time Magazine just last week that he feels that Dogecoin is much more suited for transactions than Bitcoin. That really happened, folks. That really happened. And I believe that's because this is something we in the grassroots have been saying and taking to the mat over and over again and hammering this concept. Now, Elon is in touch with the Dogecoin community. He's in touch with the grassroots out there as it relates to Dogecoin. And I believe that that permeated and made its way into his talking points for Dogecoin. And now the paradigm is kind of changing now. The narrative is shifting. when Elon Musk is saying unequivocally on major news networks that Dogecoin is a better performing digital currency than Bitcoin for transactions, that is major. That is absolutely major. That is absolutely major. You know, and the folks that are laughing now, they're not going to be laughing. They're not going to be laughing in the future, I assure you. All right. I eat Carolina Reapers. Those Reaper chips. Oh my gosh, I've heard about those. You can have them, guys. I already have stomach issues. You guys can have those super spicers. You guys can have the super spicers, man. So here we are. Got another green candle popping up after some healthy retracement there. Making its way back towards 19 cents. Folks, I think we're going to get there. I think we're going to get back over 19 again. And the new floor, as it stands right now for Dogecoin, has been just right under 19 cents. Folks, that's about almost an 8% increase over the last 24 hours. Nothing to sneeze at. Nothing to sneeze at. Looking real good, Clark. Nerd Shaman, haven't seen you in here in quite some time. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, it's interesting to see names that have become familiar to me over the last year. They'll dip out for a while, then they'll dip back in. It's just the nature of life. You know, it's the nature of life. But it's always great to see names I haven't seen in a bit, mixing it up. Good to see you back. Good to see you back. Guys, if you're brand new here, you are watching Steele Live. Guess what? I'm Steele. I'm happy to have you with you. I'm happy to have you with us here. And I'd invite you to join our community because we've got an awesome one. I think the community here is absolutely phenomenal. We've got a phenomenal group of folks here, and we have so much fun. I want you to be a part of it. So if you're new here, hit subscribe right now. Hit all that notification bell. Ascend with us to the moon, to Mars, and beyond, my friends. We have so much fun here. NFTs on VV app. Yeah, I mean, that will keep you busy. You know who else really went that way hard is Stain Alpha, who I had on my show a few different times when I first started making content. He used to create much more Doge-centric content, but he went much more sharply in the NFT, VV, OMI kind of scene, and he's become a real leading voice, frankly, in that. And good for him. Good for him. He's a really nice guy. Cheryl, good to see you in the mix, Cheryl. Where's everyone from? Where's everyone from? Well, you guys tell me where you're from. I'm going to open up another window in my apartment because the heat is on, and it's to an uncomfortable degree, guys. So I want everyone to tell me where you're from, and I'm going to read them all out right when I get back from opening this window. All right, guys. All right. We are back. We got the cooler air flowing. Feeling good. All right, ladies and gents. Thank you for the super chat, Nerd Shaman. $5 super chat. Happy holiday, Steven. Sorry I've been so focused on VV NFTs and making moves. Making moves is always good, my friend. Making moves is always good, my friend. That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear it. Appreciate you so much. Appreciate you right back. Appreciate you. 7-1 Green Bay. Oh, yeah. I'm a Packer fan. Vancouver, Canada. Awesome. Currently living in Virginia. Close to you, Northwest Indiana. I love it. Prowess. Nerd Shaman is in L.A. I do remember that. I used to spend quite a bit of time out that way. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Joel. The only place in the nation that's colder than more around my neck of the woods. Mississippi. Midwest. Long Island, New York. Julio says, Omi to the moon. Yeah, Omi is a solid project. It's one of those projects that, I come across projects that I like. I just don't have the capital to invest in every project that I like. Sometimes you just got to pick your battles. Another Vancouver person in here also, Charles, Vancouver. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you guys. A few Canadians in here. Yeah, we got people that listen from all over. We got people listen from all the way from Canada to Scandinavia and throughout Europe, Australia for sure. One of my co-hosts from Australia. Rock Lobster! Hey, good to see you, Rock Lobster. I hope you're safe. I hope you're doing well. Everyone keeps asking about where you've been, man. We all notice when you step away. Everyone notices. Rock Lobster in the hizza, coming in with large and in charge, big Doge energy, popping it off, keeping the lights on over here at Steele headquarters. Thank you so much for the generous super chat of $50. Make you holler. Merry Christmas, brother. Merry Christmas back to you. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you so much, Rock Lobster. Appreciate you so much, man. Thank you. Really, really appreciate it. Always good to have the Rock Lobster up in here. Been a while. Hope you all are well. We're doing it to it, man. We're holding it down. You know how we do, night after night, staying true to what we do. I hope the life is treating you well. I know you were out on tour for a bit, and hope you're doing well too, man. It's always good to see the Rock Lobster up in the mix. Now we're cooking, folks. Now we're cooking. Audio Freak coming in. Good to see you, Audio Freak. And Dogecoin just about ready to pierce through into 19 cents again, folks. About ready to pierce through in 19 cents again. Why don't we? I'm going to switch over to the live ticker chart just for a little bit, guys. As we see this thing break on through up into 19 cents. I believe that we are going to be there momentarily, folks. Going to be there momentarily. Sorry, my computer is lagging a little bit. I think because I've been streaming so much. Guys. But let me get the ticker on the screen. Just give me a moment. There we go. Oh, yeah. Slay Blaze up in the mix as well. I hope I'm not lagging too much. You guys let me know. The video's lagging a little bit on my end, but hopefully at least the audio's coming through loud and clear. It's because I've been really taxing my computer. I've been running it really hard lately. Merry Christmas to you, Slay Blaze. Appreciate you. EU says, I'll have to Google your band. I think you may have heard of them. We love Rock Lobster here. Sorry, let me zoom. Guys, we passed through 19 cents. Dogecoin is on the move again, my friends. On the move again. Looking really nice. Great, healthy trajectory going on here. 7-1 says you would make a good airplane pilot voice for Doge prices and chart activity. I just have one of those voices. I was just born with it. Sign up for WEBULL now. Awesome, Josh. Take advantage of that, guys. Take advantage. Last chance to get your 5 free shares. Your 5 free stocks with WEBULL is today. Last chance. My partnership link is pinned at the top of the chat. And you just got to make sure you finish the sign-up process and put a small deposit in your account. Now, there's no minimum on that deposit. It could literally be $1 deposit out of your bank to jumpstart that and get your 5 free stocks. It's free money on the table, folks. It's free money on the table. A little laggy on this end also. Yeah, sorry, guys. It's just I've been streaming so much and I've been running it so hot. So that's why. Hopefully the audio is coming through clear. I know that the video's a bit laggy because I've been running so hard. Yes, indeed. Doge is on the move, doing well. Josh, I used your link, waiting for approval now. Awesome. I love it. Great to hear it. Great to hear it, guys. Well, guys, I've been streaming. I'll stream a little bit longer here. We'll stream a little bit longer here. Just as long as the audio's coming through clear, that's all that matters. Even if the video's lagging a little bit. My apologies for that. Dogecoin pierced through 19 cents again. A little bit under right now. Nothing to sweat because look at this overall beautiful trajectory. Here's the 24-hour, right? Starting at midnight last night. We just have a beautiful ascension upwards with some typical retracements, but that overall trajectory is looking very, very good. Very good. It really wouldn't surprise me if Dogecoin pierced through 20 cents today and beyond. It's everything's looking fantastic and very, very ripe for it to do so. Mr. Lynn, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you so much. Doge has been stepping up 1 cent a day in the last couple days, and it seems to be holding strong support with Elon's blessing. Hodl, Santa is coming. Yes, yes, yes. This is the Santa rally, guys. We are in the Santa rally. Thank you, Mr. Lynn. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate the super chat. We are in the Santa rally. We are in the Santa rally, folks. Sal Trippin Guitar and Pedal Company. Good to see you back in the mix. I haven't seen that name in the chat for a bit. Much Doge to all, and to all a Doge night. I love it. Last night, I read the classic poem, which was A Night Before Christmas. Read that last night, and that's how we closed the show last night. We had a good time. We had a good time. Yeah, good to see you in the mix, Sal Trippin Guitar. Yeah, so right now, as it stands, just to put things in perspective for you guys, Dogecoin is up, over 8% over the last 24-hour cycle, up about 1% over the last 45 minutes, and up over 10% over the last week. We are on the move. Dogecoin is on the move. Dog money is doing it to it. Love to see it. Love to see it. I got to remember to hydrate. The Santa rally is real. Help us out of here, Santa. Santa is bringing up the Doge in his sleigh ride. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Won't you ride my sleigh tonight? Then all the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. I love the old school stop motion claymation Christmas specials. Those just have a special magic to them, They got a special magic to them. Yeah, but Rudolph was definitely one of those. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, oh yeah. The Santa rally is real, folks. The Santa rally is real. Believe it. Believe it. I just put out a new video this morning about the pop singer Demi Lovato. And it was an edit out of one of my previous programs talking about it, but she has a ghost hunter program, and she is now singing to ghosts that she has diagnosed as having trauma from sexism. I'm not making this up. So I had fun talking about that. You can see that video on the channel. It's just it's fun. This is predominantly a crypto-centric show, but we take some fun and weird detours. Steven, still like Avalanche, or has it run its course, or still more to go? Thanks for the question. I am very bullish on AVAX. In fact, I am more bullish on AVAX than any of the other major DeFi Ethereum competitors. I think there's a lot more room to go there for Avalanche, but I do think getting in at this point is going to require patience, but I have a very bullish long-term trajectory for Avalanche. I think it's going to hang out and be a top 10 or a top 12 staple for a long time to come. Yeah, she was singing to the ghosts. Demi Lovato was singing to the ghosts, and she said that the ghosts gave her a standing ovation. Said the ghosts gave her a standing ovation. And that all the ghost hunters, they use those EMF radars, but what they don't tell you is other things that can set off those things are like cell phones and microwaves and computers. So it's like, is that really a sign of a ghost? I don't know. But yeah, that's what she's been up to. I like those ghost hunting shows because they're so corny. They're so ridiculous. All you got to do is make sure it's in the ghost footage is in black and white and play some very suspenseful music, right? And then there you go. You're a ghost hunter. Voila. Alrighty. Yeah, I think this is looking really good, guys. I think Doge is showing some really healthy, stable growth here, hanging out right where it is. Like I said, I think it's a pretty fair probability we will see Dogecoin get over 20 cents for the day. But guys, I have been on for about 90 minutes now. I've been streaming like you know what, and my computer needs a break. I also need a break. That's why the computer's lagging. Just need to give it a break. Give it a break. Break me off a piece of that. Remember that Office episode? I'm sure a few of you do. Anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today on this fun market watch party. Those of you who aren't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit all that notifications bell so you never have to miss out on these live stream parties ever again. And we have so much fun here. Why don't you be a part of it? And guys, last chance to claim your 5 free stocks through the WEBULL link pinned at the top of the chat. Make sure you do it on that. If you haven't already, at least consider it. It's money on the table. Again, thank you to my super chatters. Thank you for everyone for watching and hanging out. Hope you had fun. I know I did. I need to take a nap. I need to get some more rest, and we're going to do it again. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much, and Merry Christmas to each and every one of you fine people. Stay positive. Keep that momentum. Keep that Doge momentum going strong. All right, folks. Until next time, this is your man, Real Deal, Steele, signing out. Later.
If we operate with extreme urgency, then we have a chance of making life multiplanetary. Still just a chance, not for sure. If we don't act with extreme urgency, that chance is probably zero. And the rate of innovation is not going to be constant. It's either going to increase the rate of innovation, or it's going to slow down. If you look at American access to space with Crew, we were able to go to the moon in '69. Then with the space shuttle, we could only go to low Earth orbit. And the space shuttle retired. And then for almost a decade, there was America had no access to space for its people. So this is a pretty bad trend. It's trending to zero.
Right.
We need a very strong trend in the other direction in order to have any chance whatsoever of making life multiplanetary.
Yep.
So that's the reason for the extreme sense of urgency.
build the technologies necessary to make life multiplanetary. To answer more seriously, if you consider the nature of importance itself and say, how do you tell that anything is important? Well, the lens of history is a helpful guide here. And the more you zoom out, the more you can distinguish the things that are important over a great span of time, the truly important things, versus the things that may seem important in the moment but are forgotten once that moment has passed.